Hey everybody, it's Dan with Pain Free You. It's a beautiful day. It's around 52 degrees out, sunny, loving it. It's the end of March, or towards the end of March. It's just turning spring here. We might get snow on Monday, so that could be interesting. Anyway, before I get into the topic, I've gotten some good feedback on just trying to use the first, 30, 40 seconds to bring everybody into a state of peace and calm. So, what I'd like you to do, take a deep breath in, out. Just get calm. Notice your environment, feel your feet on the floor. Know that you're safe in the moment. We can calm our thinking. We can calm our breathing. The breathing is a bridge between our conscious mind and our autonomic nervous system. And just take a few moments to breathe and get centered. Get ready to listen. Just want to make sure everybody is in the best place in order to receive this message. And I don't know if you guys can see it down at the bottom of the hill. There's a deer at the bottom, kind of looking up at me. All right, so now that we're in a good place, sorry about that, my phone is starting to go off a little bit here. Now that we're in a good place, today's topic is going to be the gap and the journey. And what do I mean by that? Well, the gap is basically the difference between where you are now and where you would ideally like to be, right? So that establishes a gap. Right now you might be in pain, you might have anxiety, you might have depression, you might be freaking out over this COVID-19 thing. Whatever the deal may be, where you are now and where you'd like to be is a gap. And that's not just as it relates to health, mental health, physical health, stress, anxiety, fear, all that stuff. But it also can absolutely relate to anything you want to accomplish, whether it be for me, I want to lose some weight. So where I am now is a little bit bigger than I want to be. The gap is the distance between here and feeling more fit. Same thing with growing a business or doing any accomplishment, writing a book. I'm at a certain place. There's definitely a gap between where I want to be, which is a finished book in my hand. So the gap and the journey. First thing you want to do is establish the gap. And what you may realize is that you're not as far away from it as you think. Now the journey is really just kind of getting a visual representation of the steps it takes to get from where you are, filling that gap, and getting to where you want to be. And I hear so many times that people say, I was getting better and then the pain came back and now I'm back to square one. No, you're not. If you're halfway through the journey and you're making progress, you're not sent back to the starting line. Absolutely not. You can't forget everything you learned unless you choose to disregard everything you learned and you choose and decide that you're back to square one. But think of it, if you think of this journey as driving across country, whatever country you're in, there's a starting point and then you get all the way across. Now, look, if you happen to get off course halfway through, you don't have to start all the way back where you left, days ago or weeks or months ago. No, you just course correct, get back on track. So if you view this whole process as a journey to get you from where you are to where you want to be, then a little bit of course correction along the way is not going to feel like you're starting over, right? And I'm not doing that in a mocking way, but that's how people sometimes feel. I was getting better, but now the pain moved and I'm starting all over with this new pain. No, you're not. It's still TMS and you've made progress, and all right, pat yourself on the back. Maybe you made a left turn in Kansas somewhere or the middle of your country and you got off course for a little bit of time. So you course correct and you will soon find that you are back where you were. So I will absolutely tell you that there is a journey. You cannot go from where you are now to where you want to be in a single step. It's just impossible. And I talk about a number of concepts. Knowledge takes a little bit of time to gain it, whether it be watching videos, listening to podcasts, watching my videos, reading books, watching YouTube videos about TMS. The knowledge, it takes a little bit of time to gain it. The assessment, that's something you can do pretty quickly. Go to the announcement at the Pain For You group on Facebook, and there's a few assessments there that you can bang out in about 30 minutes. Just get it done. That's foundational. Just get that done, right? Decide. There are some decisions to make. That, yes, I do have TMS. Accept it. Decide that emotions are safe and thoughts are even safe. Look, those things don't have to take a while, but then when you get into some of the daily stuff that I talk about, like feeling your feelings, soothing yourself, turning down the volume on your stress level so that your nervous system can start to get out of this highly sensitized state into much more of a rest and recovery state, that may take a little time. That's part of the journey. The mindset, which I talk about all the time, and so many people are missing this. The mindset is really going from where you are. There's a journey on the mindset too. Where you are right now may be completely obsessed with your symptoms, monitoring them, managing them, seeing where they are, fearing them, focusing on them all day long, being desperate to fix them. I've got to do this process perfectly, otherwise I won't get better soon enough. And right, that's one end of the spectrum. The other end of the spectrum, which I think is the gold standard, is I really don't give a shit. If I hurt or not, I don't care. Because I know it's insignificant. There's nothing wrong with my body. I know it's TMS. I accept that. And so if I hurt today, today's going to be a day with pain. If I don't hurt today, bonus, right? The mindset of indifference is completely and utterly not caring if you hurt or not. And then deciding, I'm going to go and have a good day anyway, even if I'm hurting. I'm not going to skip plans. I'm not going to avoid things. I'm not going to sit at home monitoring and managing and fearing my pain. That's the opposite of what I'm referring to. So there is a journey, and you are not going to get from complete freak out to this gold standard of I don't care, the indifference, in a single step. That journey may take a little bit of time. Sometimes the journey is shorter for some people if they're able to make a firm decision that screw it, I'm done with it. And they can actually make that leap. But some people, it's going to take practice, and that's okay too. But just understand, there's always a gap between where you are and where you want to get to. And there's a journey along the way. And that journey is going to have some wrong turns. You're going to find that your GPS goes a little bit off course sometimes, or shorts out, or there's no cell coverage in the middle of nowhere in the desert, and you lose coverage, and you might make a wrong turn somewhere, and you may find yourself off course. But that's okay, because you can get back on course, and you'll be right back where you left off. You don't have to go back to the starting line, right? You really don't. What was the analogy I was just thinking of as far as a journey? I don't know. I'm missing it. Anyway, well, listen, guys. That's the gap and the journey. I hope you found this useful. And if you've got questions, by all means, comment below. If you liked this, share it. If you're on YouTube, subscribe and do the notification bell. And I guess we will talk to you guys in the next video. But it's the gap and the journey. And one more time, I'll let you take a look at these woods. Take a couple of deep breaths and realize that you are on a journey right now. And no matter where you are, and no matter how many wrong turns you may have taken, you can always course correct and keep going right where you left off. You're not starting over. So with that, guys, we'll see you later. Thanks. Love you.